I just want to appreciate the member who brought this very important issue to this House, an issue that is hurting many of our young people, an issue that has made all Kenyans to feel that the best way to work in this country, Madam Speaker, is just to go for betting. That people just take everything of their homes, because within every sector you feel there is a betting going on. But nobody is questioning, Madam Speaker, what then are the results or the consequences of all this? And I think these are the challenges now we are facing with young people. And that is why many will prefer to be in betting than even to going to the farm. They will prefer to be in a place within the town where the gaming goes on in terms of maybe football, which is okay. But then we've made it, it's becoming now an addiction, that this is the best way of life. Yet we know very well this is not the right way of life. Mr. Speaker, if we want to see our young people move from where now we have three things that have really taken our young people. One is alcohol, this gaming, and the last one is boda. These three things go in hand. And you find that the challenges that our young people are facing in the next 20 to 25 years, we will see now the worst that we have never seen in our young people, trying to move now to be real adults, to be family fathers, but they cannot. Because of the lifestyle we have decided this it is. And yet we have just opened it with no regulations the same way. We keep on saying this is the right thing. But when you look at the future of it, as we speak about food security, let us know some of the challenges of why we are facing food security is because our young people have gone into this. This is how you make quick money, which is not quick because they even forget you are paying for it. The more you give, it will be returned to you or from another person. So there's nothing much this company is giving you. It is just rotating your monies and giving you. So if we want to resolve that indeed we must have regulations, then even as leaders and politicians must come out in safeguarding. Because sometimes, Mr. Speaker, we talk of things, but you find ourselves, we are the ones also entertaining and really pushing. So we have to be firm. It can be negative, it can be, you will feel it will hit on your politics, but in the end, people will come to appreciate. Young people right now, Mr. Speaker, are selling many of the things to go run and do this gaming. As Mheshimiwa said, school fees. Young people, you give them their school fees, they can't have, they think you will do the game and then receive some money, add to the school fees and make some more money on it, which is really, by the time a parent is called in school and you're told you haven't cleared your school fees, you're wondering what just happened. So, Mr. Speaker, even as we speak of baiting, we need to go also and try and just do some visits. You'll find young people have already, right now in the morning, they're in the different places where this thing is happening. They've already arrived there. So it's like a source of living, but they are forgetting there must be a better way. This is just a place where we have to come, not for a source of living, but it's a game. And they need to be told. It's not a place where you say, it's my future. I can get retirement. I can get NHIF. I can get NSSF. It's not the place. But also, betting has supported young people in sports. We have to appreciate that, and we have to look at both sides. There are those betting, Mr. Speaker, that you find now on a different trajectory. What we also need to resolve is that any company, institution that is doing betting must also have a social corporate program that transforms any part of this country as you do your betting. Because, Mr. Speaker, when you look at the resources that come in, the monies that they are receiving, the returns are returns that you imagine every Kenyan was pumping 100,000, 100 bob, 20 bob, 20 shilling. Then one person gets, but you realize it's just a way of, and yet the interest is more higher than what even they give to the members. So, Mr. Speaker, as we talk about this, we want to tell the government, as we crack on drugs, let us streamline the betting. Let us streamline our young people on border. It is a livelihood of living. Let us make it more enticing, but more orderly. That when they are there, nobody is harassing them. That they are able to know, I'm on duty. This is my office. I have arrived. Be in decorum. And TSA also must be there. Our betting ministry that takes care must be there. They must come up with also policies that make all these things work in a manner that we know cannot also become an addiction, the way one drinks and becomes addicted. It's the same way. When you're addicted, it's like a casino. You are entering to do a game, so every day you are in this casino, you're just playing. It's the same thing. So I think, as I finalize, Mr. Speaker, when I read the motion, I realize that the member would wish the ministry and the agencies to regulate the running of lotteries and any other form of betting disguised as polls, and which many have used to do this game. But in the end of the day, it is a game like any other game. It is a casino. As much as we'll do all this, it is just like entering a casino and gambling with, you're trying to gamble and see whether you can make more money. The other thing in the motion, Mr. Speaker, you find that he talks about Kenyans getting addicted to this form of gambling, and that has led to lots of loss. It has led to lots of loss. It has led for people leaving school, not finishing even their colleges. Mr. Speaker, it has led to parents wondering what to do, and even a child becoming very violent when he realizes he doesn't have money. The same way, Mr. Speaker, a child, a youth who is addicted to drugs is the same way a youth when addicted to gambling. But when he doesn't have, he will do anything to get this. And so I would wish, even as parents, we now relook at all these issues. Let us try and talk to our kids, to our children, to our youths. It is the church, Mr. Speaker. You know, most of these things, we've just left it. I don't know. We've decided just the world to teach our children. The church has to come in, just the way our Muslim brothers and sisters, they will never allow their children to go to gamble. And so Christians, we have to start telling our children, gambling is not the right way of life. And appreciate that. And it is something we have to do it, knowing very well we've taken a while. So the church must come back to it. And so as I finalize, we need an all-inclusive approach, a holistic approach to work around this issue. Just the way we are working around on alcoholism is the same way we have to work around on betting. That this is not the thing we have to do. It is just a hobby, but not a way you can say, this is a way I will live my life betting. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support.
Member for Garissa Township.